Hey guys, it's Joey and I thought I would do the awesome tag because it's super positive and I kind of love the idea of that right now. So the idea of the awesome tag is 10 awesome things you own, 5 awesome things about yourself, and 5 awesome YouTubers that you would highly recommend. So I'm going to do this because, again, I think it's really super positive. I think that's really great. I think that's needed. And so we'll just get on with it, I think. Where should we start? I have things surrounding me. Quite a lot of them are quite pagan-y. You ready? Look! This is my squidgeable fox. And his tail. I don't care if it makes me a big child, I love him. And he's big and squidgeable and cuddly, and if I'm ever having a really horrible day, it's something big and squidgeable and soft and furry and wonderful. I don't think I really need to explain him any further. He's just awesome. So that's one. Second up is my Book of Shadows, my Morrigan Book of Shadows that came from White Magic Alchemy. If I could order more from her, I really would. It's just America and, you know, monies. This was a Yule present, and I'd never seen a dedicated Morrigan Book of Shadows before. It was just so beautiful. It was not cheap, but I didn't buy it. So it was a present, and I really, really love it. I don't think, yeah, my other Book of Shadows is actually out of the way, but it sort of has a sort of symbiotic type relationship with it. So awesome and awesome. So everything else I think has a story, which is great, well, apart from maybe that. So what should we go with next? Let's go with, as we're on a Morrigan theme. This is by Dryad Design. It's a Morrigan plaque, but more than that, it was a gift from my amazing friend Sharon, who never fails to cheer me up. And when I got this, I was like, oh my god. It's, you know, horse and raven, and then Morrigan and a war chariot, and it's Celtic knots and everything. It's just so beautiful. And it was from Sharon, and she's so kind, and she makes every day, really, she brings light and laughter into every day, and I really do appreciate her for that. So that always reminds me of her. And talking of that, another Morrigan themed thing from my best friend was the Morrigan bowl. It's really unusual, it's really beautiful, and it has a really beautiful story behind it. And my best friend had our one and only, I think, real fight, and it was, she sent it me along with a beautiful letter where we made up, basically. So not only is it absolutely gorgeous, but it reminds me of her. Should we just do Morrigan stuff? Is there any one more Morrigan thing now? Yeah, okay. We've got one more Morrigan thing. So the next thing is something I actually made. There's only one. I was only cheeky enough to put one in. But it's my sort of prayer wheel or spell wheel or charm wheel, and it hangs. And it hangs next to my curtain, and it's always moving, and it's a physical representation that I would take everywhere with me if I ever had to leave, if I ever had to move, if I ever had to I don't know, whatever, the world ended, I'd take it with me because it's just such a beautiful representation of the Morrigan. And we have like the feathers that I have been gifted, my favourite crystals, amethyst on here, obsidian arrowheads, which means so much, the little bag that she has, her spell bag that she herself told me to make, and I have this hanging up. It's always moving like it is now, although how much of that is me being unsteady holding up, I don't know, but it's something that my room feels naked without, and it's somewhere I sit underneath and talk to her, and so I just think that's awesome. Okay, gently put you down again. Okay, and then I have this. This is, the crown has actually fallen off, fallen down. The crown actually sits normally. Okay, I haven't got time to muck about with it, but it normally sits like that. This was a gift from Jude, and she sent me this because I had been crying over a decoration that was very, very similar, but it was uber expensive at Halloween, so she made me one, and it was the single most amazing, awesome Halloween decoration. I have this out all year round. It was truly, truly heartfelt, and it really blew me away. A whole parcel blew me away. It still does. I still got all the wrapping paper and everything. So talking of Halloween things that I have out all year round, there are quite a few, and I basically had to choose. My witchy cabinet, I considered that, but moving that is a pain. So one that I have out all year round is my Halloween tree. It has a witch's cauldron saying Happy Halloween down the bottom. I love cauldrons, and it's glittery and sparkly. I love Halloween trees, and sadly when I moved from Canterbury I trusted someone to bring a load of my stuff back, and they stole it, so I lost one of my Halloween trees, and for years and years afterwards I couldn't find another Halloween tree until I found this one. And so I keep it out all year round because it's Halloweeny and it's glittery, and it just makes me feel better. It just cheers me up. It doesn't like to stand on carpet for some reason. I'm going to lie it down. Okay, so 4 to go now. I'm going to cheat with the next one because technically they're 5 little things, but they're all one set. And this is my Elemental Guardians from... I forgot where they're from. Oh right, whatever. But so they're always on my altar no matter what I do to it. And water. Ooh. They're kind of kawaii, Japanese cute without actually being Japanese. I just like them. I love how cute they are. I love how cheerful they are. I love how fun they are. So there's that. And talking of cute little things, the next thing is my power cauldron. I bought this from Pagan Dreams. They only had a very limited amount of stock. Come a little closer. And they actually had them up around my birthday one year, and so I was like, I need one. So second to last is actually a crystal, because Invoking the Balance had the most amazing crystals. I think if I was to get them that size, it would cost me half my arm or something. But the one I work with most is this. This is a quartz, milky quartz or snow quartz, strawberry quartz and quartz cluster, and I do all my healing work with it. It always has a really awesome energy. It's beautiful and it always just feels so nice. So that's that one. And then the very, very last awesome thing is my Rowan wand, and it's Rowan and Amethyst. Now, I chose this one rather than the one I made because this is one of the very first pagan items I ever bought. It was kind of one of a kind from a shop in Canterbury of a local witch who made a few. I think she made 5 large ones and a few little ones. I didn't like the little ones as much, but the larger ones were beautiful. And it's rowan, which is my wood, amethyst, which is my main spirit stone, the stone I connect with deity to, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And this has stayed with me through everything since 2004, from living in all different places, from losing my home multiple times, from all sorts of tragedy and drama and whatever. This has come through everything. This has never left. Like anything else that's gone missing or whatever, I've just had to accept it in a lot of cases. But this has never ever got lost. So that is my 10 awesome things. I think Mr. Fox, you can... Right. So, 5 awesome things about me. I don't know what I'm going to say about... Isn't it funny how it's always easy that I could probably tell you my 5 worst flaws like that, but when you're trying to think of 5 awesome things about yourself, you always feel a bit odd doing it. I don't know. Well, I guess I consider myself to live honestly even when it grates people. I live with what I believe in, and I live honestly by that, and I'm not gonna pander to make myself popular in situations, and in fact it has made me unpopular in situations. I don't really consider that to be a bad thing though. I consider that to be an awesome thing, and it might make me at odds with the world, but fair enough, you know. So that's one. Obviously I'm a Morrigan's daughter, and I think that's probably the most awesome thing about me. I'm honoured every day to be following the Morrigan, to be her daughter, to live in her way, in her honourable way, and to share that and have this witchy experience. I love being a real witch and following the path, even, you know, when it's not cool, or even when it's off camera, or even when it's whatever, I don't know. So I guess that would be 2. I guess my creativity would be 3. I think it's something which I didn't ever expect to be able to do, because my whole life I was told I wasn't creative. I always wrote stories and things, but like physically creating stuff I was always told I wasn't, and until I found a way of allowing myself to be creative, something was missing, and I put every ounce of myself into my creativity, my things that I create. I put my love in, I put my joy in, I put my relationship with deity in, I put my time and effort in, and I think that's an awesome thing to do, to be deeply invested rather than just, you know, selling crap. So I guess that's an awesome thing. Okay, that's 3. I'm really short. Oh god, I don't know. I guess in my lifetime I've been able to help people, and no matter the cost. And it has cost me, and I've done it anyway. So I guess that's a really awesome thing about me, that when presented between the path of what was easy and what was right, I've always, so far, fingers crossed, chosen what was right, or what I believe to be right, which of course has its own problems. We can think we're doing right and we're not, but... And then I guess a good mind, a good intellectual mind. I'm a smarty pants, I guess. That'll do. Right. 5 awesome YouTubers. Nadia. I have forgotten what Nadia's channel is. I'll have to look it up after I've done the video. I love Nadia. Nadia is a witch of integrity, honesty. She does the honest thing whether people like it or not. I'm trying to put it into words. Okay. Nadia epitomizes for me what a witch should be. And what a witch in business should be as well. I mean, they are two separate things, but she carries her integrity with her wherever she goes. She shares so much of herself wherever she goes, and she's honest and she's a bit mentor-y for me. Mental mentor-y. Not really. She's amazing. I just nearly said mental and I was like, I don't think she'd appreciate that. Right, she's a wise lady, she's a teacher, she brings so much light into my life, and when everything seems like the weight of the world is crashing on my shoulders, she's been there for me every step of the way, and I can't honestly say that about a lot of people. And she's been there every time, and I've been there for her. I think there are a very limited amount of people who I would do spell work for if they asked. Very, very limited, like maybe one hand limited, but I would always help Nadia if she ever asked it of me, and I love her. So next up is Miss Bramble. Bramble 1976. I love Miss Bramble. I love you. And she's another lady who says what she means, no matter what, and I love that. And all of her videos have been really interesting, really inspiring. You get to see the way she lives and the way she does live, and the nature around her, her country, which is always fantastic. She does the vloggy videos, the come see what I did videos, which I enjoy. I know she does. And I think she's kind of another kindred spirit. And she never fails to cheer me up with her videos, and I also appreciate that she lives like she says she does, and she says what she means and doesn't sugarcoat it, and I am coming to appreciate that more and more. So Miss Bramble. The Four Queens. I haven't watched a lot of The Four Queens recently because I've had migraines and been ill, and I mention this only because I think that the Four Queens videos are the most engaging videos possibly on YouTube, particularly from an intellectual perspective. I've said before, I'll say again, I spend whole days listening to the Four Queens videos because they make me think. And after I've had migraines, I don't know if anybody else there suffers migraines and gets this, but after migraines for about 3 or 4 days, my brain's like this. That'll be the picture. And I want to engage and digest and go over these ideas, and she's so... what's the word? See, this is my brain going. She's so knowledgeable and intuitive and caring, and utterly believes in everything she's doing and puts it out there for everybody, and it's just... she makes some of the most incredible videos that I've ever seen on YouTube, and I always I'm thoroughly excited to see what she's talking about. Nadia, Four Queens, Bramble. Okay, the next person is Raven Nightsong. And I say Raven Nightsong, she's on a completely different path to me, and in some ways that's kind of good, because it's kind of good to see a path which, and someone engaging in something which you have no idea about, and you're very unlikely to ever have any idea about because you have found your path and you are following it. But you get to see somebody who is intelligent, fun, considered, balanced and quite wise. Documenting an honest vision of her path, of what she's going through. She's always very honest, and like if she said, you know, I don't know enough about this yet to feel comfortable about making informational videos, so I don't want to until I know a bit more what I'm talking about. How many people can you say would honestly just own that? Not many. There are people who are like, I know it all, and people who are like, oh yeah, totes. But I think one of the wisest things you can ever realise is that you know nothing. When we realise how little we understand, how little we know, that is the first step to wisdom, true wisdom. And if we ever consider ourselves to be wise, we've probably lost our way. So I think she's really awesome in her honest, integral things, and she believes everything, you know, that she addresses. So the last lady is someone I am getting to know, but I wanted to put her on this list because I'm getting to know her videos, and that's Moonlit Opal, and she's obviously going to be really well known, but she's new to me, and she's another one whose videos I feel like I need to sit down with and take more time with, which means migraine state, as it was last week, meant that I wasn't able to fully, but she's fun and funny and knowledgeable and awesome. You know, I've not watched a video of hers yet that I haven't thought was great and enjoyable and knowledgeable and interesting. Again, I'm getting to know her a bit, so I can't go on perhaps as much, but she's awesome. And I'm gonna mention a few people at the end. Some of these haven't got YouTube videos or YouTube channels as such, some do, but I just wanted to say a quick thank you at the end. This is by the by, but this isn't part of the awesome setup, but I don't care. So I'm going to say much love, and I'm thinking of you, to Bella Strager. I love you, girl. As well as Sharon, who I mentioned earlier, and Tracy, and Baymoon. You know, I'm thinking of all of you. I think you're amazing. And a special thank yous to Brooks Hollow and Invoking the Balance, who also did these videos, and I watched both of their videos and thoroughly enjoyed them. So, from me and the fox. Oh. You can say many. Many blessings.